dear audience, dear distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, dear my professors, I would like to give an Islamic speech. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Hasan for his providing such kind of this classical presentations about this according to the Islamic perspective of terrorism. I would like to thank a lot of from my professor. Before giving my presentation, I would like to describe of myself. My name is Saeyd Chowdury. I am the postgraduate researcher in the Department of History, University. And this presentation, my professor Dr. Rashed and I also prepared this presentation. The presentation is the role of sustainable development goals on environmental sustainability, a discourse from an Islamic perspective. If I say in Turkish, Suitable kalkın mezheplerin çevresel sürdürülebilir üzerindeki rolü, Islamic perspective will analyze. Dear brothers and sisters, I divided in my presentation like three categories. First time, I will highlight environmental protection and sustainable development, why it is so much important for the present world. And second part, I will highlight the importance of the environment in Islam, Islamic perspective on environmental protection and also sustainability. And I will highlight Islamic approach toward the environmental balance. And last of all, I would like to highlight findings and analysis, and I will give some recommendations about these matters. Dear brothers and sisters, you know, as a present perspective, sustainable development, if I say in Turkish, it is so much important issue at the present world. A sustainable development is a new concept of development that emphasizes the integration of environmental conservation and economic growth. And this sustainable development process has been established like 1972. After if you see the history of United Nations, in 1992, the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development was held in Rio de Janeiro, and they have established like 21 agenda. After we have seen on August 26, 2002, another summit, like World Summit on Sustainable Development held in Johannesburg, South Africa, agreed to resist the policies of the Sustainable Development projects. And if you see another history, like 2005, at the time we have seen the Ministerial Conference on Environment and Development in Asia and Pacific was announced in 2005 in Seoul, like South Korea. And 2012, we have seen the history of United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. And at the time, United Nations has established like 100 goals about the matters. And last of all, sustainable development officially known as transforming our world. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals, like there are 17 goals and 169 targets. And it started after the Millennium Development Goals from 2016 to 2030. Dear audience, you know, I will share of my experience like sustainable development matters on environment. For this reason, there are 17 goals in sustainable development, and I will analyze on 5 goals. You can see the projector. Like 6th number goal, drinking water and sanitation. And my opinion that, for example, what is the comments from the Islamic perspective about the drinking water and sanitation? And goal number 7, I will highlight the United Nations goal, renewable and expensive energy. And goal number 14, I will highlight the sustainable oceans. And goal number 9, sustainable urban and community. And goal number 13, climate change. For this reason, I will highlight 5 goals from the Islamic matters. Because we know Islam also has so much given the importance about these 5 goals on the Quran and also Hadith. And I have taken the literature review. For this reason, I have read some classical books like Chopra and Hussain, Nasr and Akbar. That book mentions that, for example, if you say the Hussaini believes that Islam is the natural religion of everyone in the world, not only one person, not only Muslims, but also the world. For this reason, if anybody want to take the religion of Islam, it is so much important for his or her or them. And you know, the importance of the environment in Islam and Islamic perspective on environmental sustainability is so much important. For example, you see there are a lot of hadith and also Quranic verses and hadith in this slide. And first hadith, I will mention you, for example, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, while sending Osama bin Zayed as the commander of Sham, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said to the Osama bin Zayed, do not cut the fruit tree and do not kill cow, buffalo or goat for any reason other than meeting the needs of food. If you see the matter, it's so much important for the sustainable development, because Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, when taken the Khalifa, he said, if a dog dies on the bank of the Euphrates river, then I fear that Allah will ask me on the day of resurrection. For this reason, you see there are a lot of verses, there are a lot of hadith about this environmental sustainability from the Islam. And I will mention another hadith. For example, Antalya said that Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, he said that whenever a Muslim planted crops and men, animals and birds take their foods, and it is regarded as a charity on their behalf. Please, you can see about this matter, so much important for the sustainable development. And another hadith I will mention you, Prophet Muhammad another said that if any of you have a plant at the time of the resurrection, then he should plant at the time. And you see the one slide, for example, Islamic approach to the environment, how Islam has given the importance to the environment. First of all, Islam said that creation and ownership. Islam describes the environment and teaches us that it is been created by Allah. The second part, humans and environment. What is the mention from the Islamic perspective about the humans and environment? Islam says that Islam prescribes how humanity should use the environment. How can we use the environment so much classically? Islam teaches us about this matter. And proactive care, Islam teaches us are made to take proactive care of the environment. And how can we preserve the environment? Islam guides us for the principles of environmental protection. And last of all, if you see the history of Prophet Muhammad's biography, Prophet Muhammad mentioned that environmentalism has been taught and demonstrated by the Prophet. It is so much important issue for the Muslims and general people of the world. And I will mention one hadith also, Islam approach toward environmental balance. But Abu Bakr said that, I said to the messenger, teach me something which will benefit me. Hazrat Muhammad told me that, like Abu Bakr, to remove things from the road that hurt to the Muslims is so much important for the criteria for conservative to the environmental protection. And for example, I will mention some categories about this United Nations goals like 6, 9, 13 and 17 goals. You will see the tree plantation. For example, it is so much important for the protection of environment, because if you see there are a lot of verses, there are a lot of hadith about this matter. I will mention one hadith here. Hazrat Muhammad peace be upon him, he had announced, if a Muslim make a tree plantation or produce any grain and consumes any man or bird or animal from it, it would be considered as a charity for the producer. There's so much classical example for the protection of environment. And second part, I will say a little bit about this matters about urine against water and air. According to Aisha radiallahu anha, Prophet Muhammad said that you will not urinate against the wind and it will be in the hole. It is so much exemplary of the environmental protection from the Islam. And second part, Prophet Muhammad also said that in other words, one of you shouldn't urinate in the close water, perhaps because there one people will perform the ablution like wudu, like abdes in the water. For this reason, it is so much another exemplary for the environmental protection about this matter. And third of all, dead animals should be buried under the soil. For example, there are a lot of hadith. If we say the history of the Muslims and also history of the first guy of the world, like Hasan, his one son named Habil has been killed by the Kabil. Later, Allah has introduced to people as a decision when people died who had been buried under the soil. It is also exemplary of the Islamic perspective to protection to the environment. And there is another hadith. Another cause also, instruction to cover the face while sneezing. It's so much important for example, if you get together in the one program, at the time one person are facing the sneezing, it is so much disgusting for the another one. For the reason Islam prohibited to cover the mouth when you will while sneezing at any time, any places, because Islam has given special importance to the clean and clean environment. Other activities which can damage the environment's balance are not utilized in Islam. For this reason, it is so much important for the perspective. And another also, environment pollution is not a sign of faith, because it is also this, for example, if we recognize the environment, we are not Muslim. For this reason, Islam states that environmental pollution is not a sign of faith, is not sign of iman, because a Muslim is the one who avoids harming Muslims with his tongue and hands. It is so much important for the protect himself from environmental pollution and prevent environmental protection. And another cause also, performing the duties of Allah as a Khalifa. Because for example, we know the Surah Baqarah ayat, well, for the Khalifa. Remember, when Allah said to the angels, I have created my representative in the world, they said, will you create a person who will cause unrest and should blame? However, we are declaring your majesty and glorification. He said, I know very well that you do not go. For this reason, it is one kind of example of the Islamic history to protection the environment and also environmental protection. And last of all, I will highlight proper use of natural resources. Because you know, at the present perspective, there are a lot of crises in the Muslim world and also Middle East crisis. For this reason, it is one kind of this problem of the ocean and water. For this reason, Islam has given a lot of importance to the ocean and water. And Islam encourages natural resources to be properly utilized.